What's up everybody, this is Master Ian Gamer, and it's time to get excited for the next upcoming Overwatch season. Season 2! Yes, that's right. The whole season numbering has reset with the dropping of the original 2 from Overwatch 2. So now that we're back in just Overwatch, we get our new Overwatch Season 2. And today we're going to be covering everything we know about this upcoming season, from its start date to the new hero that'll be joining, map content, skins, and other exciting features. And so as always, let's go ahead and just start off the video with the start date. So Overwatch Season 2 will be kicking off on Tuesday, April 14th, 2026, right in the middle of April. And despite all the fantastic changes that came with the relaunching of Overwatch, unfortunately Everlasting Battle Passes was not one of them. So if you're still working on finishing the Battle Pass for Season 1, be sure to have it done by April 14th, because after that date, you will not be able to finish it and unlock any of those additional rewards. However, Season 2 will of course be featuring its own new Battle Pass, along with a ton of other content. But before we get on to delving into all those details, first I'd like to give a special shout out to today's sponsor, me! Did you know that Master Ian Gamer streams every Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on both YouTube and Twitch? These random numbers say you didn't, but now you do! So swing on by to hang out and chat with myself and our colorful cast of stream companions. It's always a good time, there's always fun to be had, so I certainly hope to see you tuning in sometime soon. And don't forget to buy my merch! So the biggest new thing to look forward to in terms of content coming in Season 2 is of course the brand new hero. Every single season in 2026 will be launching with a new hero, and the Season 2 hero specifically is this one. And the only confirmed details we have on them at this point is the silhouette image we see here, along with the information that it is a female damage hero who apparently possesses a skill shot ability. That isn't a ton of info to go on, but there are some additional speculative details to discern. Now, I actually already did an entire video analyzing all the silhouette characters that'll be coming out over the rest of the course of 2026. If you haven't seen that video already, I strongly recommend you check it out after watching this one. And while I did go in depth analyzing this character specifically there, I will briefly recap the important details worth noting about them, which is that in terms of who exactly this silhouette is, the most likely candidate at the moment appears to be the Deadlock member, Frankie. Frankie is a character who so far has only appeared in the Deadlock Rebels novel, a book focusing on Ash and the Deadlock gang, and thus hasn't had an actual visual appearance anywhere within the official Overwatch story thus far. And while there are some minor visual dissimilarities between how Frankie is described in the novel and the silhouette we see here, they do also share a lot in common. Most notably, the drone present, given that Frankie is noted as utilizing micro-drones, along with the connection to the Deadlock gang, which, based on the story details we've already seen in Season 1, is going to have a major focus in Season 2. We know that Vendetta is working with the Deadlock gang in order to infiltrate the Grand Mesa facility, which is near Route 66, and the fact that Route 66 is showcased at the top of the Season 2 roadmap does suggest that the major story focus for Season 2 will indeed be the Deadlock Route 66 Grand Mesa stuff. So it would make sense if the hero herself also tied into that. And given that we even literally see Frankie's name on the side of a workshop on the Powder Keg Mine payload race map, which is where we see the Deadlock gang observing the Grand Mesa facility, I would say it's more than likely the case that Frankie is indeed the next upcoming hero. Now, it's also possible she's going to turn out to just be a red herring of sorts. Maybe the actual new hero is going to be the new chief of security that we see outlined in this little tablet on the Powder Keg Mine map, or for all we know, maybe they're even one and the same. Maybe Frankie is a mole posing as the chief of security in order to help gain access to the facility. There's a lot we don't know, and I'm sure it'll all be revealed pretty soon leading up to the launch of Season 2, but for now, it's safe to say that Frankie is by far the most likely candidate for the next upcoming hero, even if there are still some details that leave it open to possibly being someone else. Now, the other thing to note when it comes to the new hero launching next season is that there will not be a hero trial. It was previously confirmed by the devs that hero trials will no longer be a thing in 2026, as the fact that we're getting a new hero every single season basically means there's not really a need for a hero trial. They're going to be releasing with such frequency that it just isn't really worth doing. So don't expect to have a surprise hero drop in one of the weeks leading up to the launch of Season 2. More than likely, we'll just get them when the season drops. Although I am very curious to see how Blizzard handles teasers and build-up for the new hero with this new season structure. As previously, the big build-up hype reveal of the hero was, of course, the hero trial, since that's when we actually got to play them, but now it seems like it's more so going to coincide with the launch of the season itself. So are we going to see them revealed in the season trailer preceding the season itself actually launching? Are there going to be separate teasers and maybe even stuff in-game foreshadowing and building them up more until we actually get to play them? We don't know yet. It's just one of the many new and exciting things with this new relaunching of Overwatch, where we're really just going to have to wait and see how Blizzard handles it. But either way, regardless of who she is, building off of the new hero, we also, of course, are going to see the progression of the overarching Talon storyline in Season 2. As I previously mentioned, it seems more than likely that the focus of Season 2 will be with the Deadlock Gang and the Grand Mesa facility, and while I don't expect us to see quite as much story content in the scope of Season 2 as there was in Season 1, seeing as Season 1 was the big kickoff for the story this year, we are likely going to be seeing some more comics and voiceover JPEGs outlining whatever exactly is happening with Deadlock and Grand Mesa. I wouldn't be surprised if we even see some at least aesthetic map changes to either the Powder Keg Mine or Route 66 to help reflect what Deadlock Gang is up to, and probably delve more into the actual story events transpiring here. Again, it's hard to say to what extent we're going to see new story stuff happen regarding this specific mission. I mean, heck, at this point in time, we don't even really know why Vendetta and Deadlock want to infiltrate Grand Mesa in the first place, so that's likely something we're going to see developing either at the launch of the new season on April 14th, or at least as that season progresses. Speaking of maps though, beyond just the story-focused aspects of this season, we will be getting a new map rework, that being the return of Antarctic Peninsula. That's right, as many of you may or may not recall, Blizzard snatched away Antarctic Peninsula back in Season 19, with the statement that their plans were to rework the map, and that it would be returning in Season 22, which of course, given the relaunching of Overwatch, is now Season 2. So this upcoming season will see the return of Antarctic Peninsula, which personally I am quite excited for. I'm one of the few people it seems who actually enjoys the map, so I'm curious to see what all they've changed, and additionally whether or not there'll be any new story teasers built into that rework, as historically Blizzard has utilized reworked maps like this as a way to tease other upcoming things. Granted, given the location of Antarctic Peninsula, I'm not sure who or what exactly might be teased in this specific place, but either way, I am excited to see what ends up being done with it. It is also worth noting that Blizzard has said there will be either a new map or a reworked map in every season over the course of this year, so while it would have been cool to get a brand new map in Season 2, at the very least, we are still at least getting the rework for Antarctic Peninsula. Now, the next thing to talk about is post-match accolades. This is going to be a fairly short point, but one which I think a lot of people are at least somewhat excited for, which is that it's basically the return of the post-match voting system that of course was snatched away with the launch of Overwatch 2, and is now finally being returned as this feature, post-match accolades. They haven't gone too in-depth with explaining how exactly these are going to work. They basically just showed us some screenshots and quick footage where you can actually see all your teammates present as 3D models during the post-match scene instead of just a flat JPEG of your own progression. So ultimately, I don't think this is going to be an outstanding feature, but will probably just be a nice quality of life type addition. Something that we'll enjoy getting to have and will make the game a little bit better, but at the end of the day is relatively simple. And then let's move on to skins. Yes, of course, there's going to be skins in Season 2. Overwatch is nothing these days if not skins. And the first skins we have to talk about is the new wave of rainy day skins, which were teased originally back at Spotlight, featuring new skins for heroes like D.Va and Roadhog. Now, at the time it was unclear whether or not these were going to be in Season 1 or 2, but at this point it's safe to say they're not in Season 1, so they must be coming out in Season 2, which would also be more fitting with April specifically being the rainy season for the most part. So I expect we're going to see these rainy day skins releasing very early in Season 2, if not as soon as the season launches, with there maybe even being some in the Battle Pass itself. Beyond this, we can also expect there to be 2 new mythic skins releasing, one with the launch of the season and one during the mid-season, as well as 1 mythic weapon likely launching at the start of the season as well. And while at the time of me making this video, Blizzard has not yet stated who exactly will be getting these skins, they did provide a list of heroes during Spotlight who are slated to be getting mythic skins and mythic weapons over the course of 2026. And for the heroes who are going to be getting mythic skins, we have Soldier 76, Lari, Ana, Genji, and Malga. And for mythic weapons, Genji, Hanzo, and Sojourn. Now, this is most certainly not an exhaustive list of characters that are going to be getting mythics, but probably the heroes we're going to see be getting mythics the soonest. And it is worth noting right off the bat that a couple of these heroes, Ana and Genji, are heroes who already have mythic skins. So make of that what you will. Obviously, a lot of people don't like the idea of heroes getting second mythics before other heroes get their first, but I would wager at the very least we're going to see them do something similar to what they did this season, where we get Mercy getting a second mythic, but then Mei getting her first. So I don't expect Ana and Genji to both be getting mythics in the same season, is what I'm saying. So while we don't know who exactly of these heroes will be getting a mythic in Season 2, I'm willing to bet it'll at most be 1 repeat hero. So maybe it ends up being Malga and Genji, or Soldier and Ana are the 2 mythics. We don't know. These are just what they've told us thus far, and it's also entirely possible that the heroes who get mythics won't even be any of the ones mentioned here, and perhaps they'll be getting theirs a bit later down the line. Same goes for the mythic weapons. We don't have the specifics just yet, but I do expect this to get revealed pretty soon going forward, as Blizzard starts to build up and hype more for the new season, and heck, for all I know, maybe they've even already revealed it at the time that you're watching this video. Anyways, sticking with skins, we're also likely to be getting at least 1 new collab. We saw, leading up to the relaunching of Overwatch, there weren't many new collabs coming in. It was mainly a lot of collab repeats happening up until the Spotlight and the new season kicking off, but then this Season 1 had 2 collabs, being Nier Automata and Sanrio, so I would be shocked if we don't see at least 1 new collab in Season 2, if not 2 collabs again. As for what this collab is going to end up being though, well, that is anyone's guess. There's many potential collabs that have been talked about over the years, any number of possibilities at this point, so pick your favorite franchise, cross your fingers, and hope that's the one we end up getting. Similarly, Season 2 will also be the 10-year anniversary for Overwatch. Specifically in May, we'll be hitting the 10-year anniversary from when Overwatch first launched. My, how the years fly by. Now at this point in time, we don't know what exactly Blizzard has in store, other than that they will be celebrating the 10-year anniversary in some fashion, as they specifically mention it on the roadmap for 2026. So maybe it's just an in-game retro style celebration where everything's gold themed. I'm sure they'll be bringing back Overwatch Classic, if nothing else, for this event. And hopefully we get some good goodies out of it. Since the launch of Overwatch 2, anniversary events in Overwatch have not been particularly exciting or notable, so I at the very least am hoping they crank things up with both the relaunch of Overwatch and the 10-year anniversary being this year, but we'll have to wait and see. Additionally, Ramatra will be coming to Stadia Stadium in Season 2. For the grand 3 of you who actually still play Stadium, I'm sure this is very exciting. And the final thing to note for Season 2 is that it's likely when we're going to be seeing the Anran face rework. Yes, as I'm sure everyone recalls, there was a very big thing when they revealed Anran's in-game model and how her face did not look, well, basically anything like how she'd been depicted previously. And in response to that backlash, Blizzard announced that they would be updating her face with a goal to have it done by the end of Season 1. And while there's technically still time for that to happen in Season 1, even at the time of them announcing it, I thought it was extremely unlikely that we actually see it happen during this season. And so, with only a short time left until this season ends, I'm willing to bet if they do actually end up going through with redesigning her face, it's more than likely going to be happening in Season 2 at the earliest. They might tease her face redesign before the season starts, but in terms of actually putting out the update that changes how she looks, I think it's most certainly going to be in Season 2, if not even later, mind you. And either way, that will do it for everything we know so far for the upcoming Overwatch Season 2. I will of course be doing more videos as Blizzard starts to actually officially tease and build up hype for the new season, which I do expect to be happening very soon. So be sure to subscribe, hit up that bell icon, and follow me on all my socials in order to stay up with any future Overwatch 2 news, streams, and other content. And I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below on the upcoming new season. Who do you think the new hero is? What sort of abilities do you expect her to have? And what kind of skins are you hoping to see in the new season? Feel free to swing by one of my live streams to chat about it more, or check out my previous video breaking down all the new upcoming heroes over the remaining course of 2026. And either way, thank you so much for watching. This is Master Ian Gamer signing off, and until next time, have a great day.